It is May 27th, 2025, and I am almost back at 160. For anybody that has seen my previous videos, you will know that my all-time high is basically 170, and I am almost at 160 now, so things are looking pretty good. Almost up 30% year to date. This is on a year where the NASDAQ is only up 1.33% year to date. So I am outperforming the NASDAQ by a very wide margin. But of course, QQQ was up 2.35% today on a day where my account was up 5.29%. And if we take a look at the past 12 months, I am up 131.53%. And of course, this is on a 12-month period where the NASDAQ is only up 13.5. And if we take a look at my portfolio, I do have a bear spread on QQQ that I have. It's only one, and it's a very small position. It's only $100. And the reason why I have this very small hedge is to not risk too much, but still acting on an opportunity that I see in the shorter time frames on QQQ. I do see a gap where the NASDAQ could potentially go down 5% from here. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a gap just above 500. So potentially we could see the NASDAQ go down 5% to fill that gap. And literally it could be for any reason. I mean, especially right now with how the news cycle is and how volatile the market is, it could be anything. Like Trump could say something about tariffs and then take it back. So the market will go down 5% and then go up 5% the next day. You know, that's just the type of market that we're in right now. But of course, I also still have my cash secured put on Nike. I also have my 2 covered calls on Palantir. And speaking of Palantir, I believe today Palantir was actually flat. So earlier it was slightly down, but I guess it finished just barely flat. So hopefully Palantir continues to just chop around, just remain at these levels, or possibly go down to $100, which is what I think it will go down to. If we take a look at the price right now, it's about $123, and we could easily see Palantir go down to 100. I mean, this stock will move 20% like it's nothing. So my 2 covered calls are basically just my way of saying, like, I've had enough gains in the stock. There were some points where I was at like 650% gains, and Palantir is my number 3 position in my account. So this is just my way of hedging and basically taking some of my principal and my profits off the table, especially on a very big winner like Palantir. And as of right now, these are my top 10 positions in my account. Robinhood just by itself is almost 6 figures, just under 100,000. Then of course we have Nike sitting at 33,000, Palantir almost at 25, Pepsi sitting at 15,000, TLT at 10,000, and REPX of course at 10,000. And any of you guys that have been watching my videos for a long time now, you will know that my price targets on Robinhood was at 85, which is its old all-time high, and I still think Robinhood could hit 85. Nike, I still think it's a $90 to $100 stock. Palantir, of course, that stock could go anywhere, but I do see a potential for it to fall to 100 actually. So I will keep an eye on that, but I do think potentially it could go down to $100 per share. Pepsi, I still think it's a $170 stock. And TLT, of course, is just a long-term treasury, so that's just dependent on where long-term treasuries go. REPX, I actually think it could potentially hit $50 per share, so it's roughly a double from where it is right now. And after 50, it could potentially even go all the way up to 100. So that's like longer term. I'm not expecting any quick gains with REPX, but I do think it could hit 50, and then over the long term, I think it could possibly be a $100 stock. And of course, we have Honest. I still think Honest is a $10 stock. But yeah, these are some of the other stocks that I own. I don't have a lot of them because I've just been trading in and out, just trying to build equity, but mostly through trading, so that it's a lot more of my profits that I'm keeping in the stock rather than like actually depositing money and it's my principal locked up in it. And I know you shouldn't really think of the stock market as playing with house money, because at the end of the day, it is all your money, but it's just like a fun way for me to look at my account, I guess. It just kind of helps make things more fun. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I do think we last left off at that big Nike buy. And after that, I got my very, very tiny Costco dividend. And then, of course, I paid Robinhood my margin interest. And then the QQQ call credit spread that I showed you guys earlier. And I did, unfortunately, buy VFC before earnings. And so if any of you guys did follow VFC earnings, the stock actually tanked and then it made a comeback. Today, I think it was up like 13%. So yeah, even though it is up 13% today, it doesn't really feel like it's up for me, because I had to suffer that big crash, of course, after earnings, and then it just came right back up. So I'm basically like not even break even yet, but I'm almost there. And then of course I bought a little bit more Pepsi.